Montblanc asks well over $1,000 for its famous Meisterstück 149 for a pen. And here is the uncomfortable truth. A $20 fountain pen can put the same signature on the same contract. So what does the extra money actually buy? A better nib? Better engineering? A writing instrument your grandchildren can inherit? Or a white star that tells everyone in the room you have arrived? Today, we are exposing 5 fountain pen brands where prestige can outrun performance, and 3 that still put craftsmanship before status. This is not a list of bad pens. Several of these brands make beautiful, historic, even excellent instruments. The real question is tougher. Are they still worth what they cost today? And number 1 proves something luxury brands hate admitting. The best pen is not always the one people recognize. Let's begin. Number 5. Cross. In America, Cross is more than a pen company. It is the graduation gift, the executive gift, the pen beside an important document so the photograph looks official. Founded in 1846, Cross has genuine American history and a long association with presidential signing ceremonies. But history can also make an ordinary modern product feel exceptional. Many Cross fountain pens use familiar cartridge converter systems and conventional steel nibs. They can look polished, professional, and gift-ready without delivering a writing experience that rises with the price. That is Cross's real talent today. It makes a normal pen feel ceremonial. The Townsend can still be handsome. A discounted Bailey can make sense. But at full retail, you may be paying for the box, the occasion, and the presidential aura before you pay for superior engineering. A fountain pen should not become expensive merely because it photographs well beside a leather portfolio. WTL verdict: Cross sells the moment better than it sells the nib. Number 4. Parker. Parker helped define the modern fountain pen. Founded in Wisconsin in 1888, it created genuine icons, including the Duofold and the Parker 51. The original Parker 51 became famous because it felt advanced. Its hooded nib, sleek profile, and practical design made it look like a pen from the future. Modern Parker still owns that history. The problem is that owning the past is not the same as improving it. Today's Parker 51 carries the silhouette and arrow clip, but competes with German and Japanese pens offering superb nibs, more interesting filling systems, and often stronger value. Then there is the Duofold, beautiful, prestigious, and unmistakably Parker. But when a conventional cartridge converter pen enters luxury territory, the buyer deserves more than nostalgia in expensive clothing. The Sonnet can still be elegant. A well-priced Parker can make an excellent office pen. But once the price climbs, ask one question. Are you buying the pen Parker makes today or the company Parker used to be? Because the arrow clip may still point forward. The value proposition often points backward. WTL verdict: buy vintage Parker for innovation. Buy modern Parker only after comparison shopping. Number 3. Visconti. Visconti makes fountain pens for people who believe subtlety is a design failure. The clips are dramatic, the materials are theatrical, and the Homo sapiens, made with a lava-based composite, feels less like office equipment and more like a piece of volcanic sculpture. That uniqueness has real value, but a fountain pen has one job before all others. It must write. At Visconti prices, the nib should arrive aligned, tuned, and ready to perform. An extraordinary barrel cannot excuse an ordinary or inconsistent writing experience. A luxury buyer should not have to wonder whether a brand new pen may need adjustment before it feels worthy of its price. That is expensive uncertainty. Collectors may still love the Homo sapiens because almost nothing else looks or feels like it. That is a legitimate emotional purchase, but distinctiveness and value are not synonyms. Buy it because you love the object. Do not pretend you chose it because it was the sensible option. WTL verdict: Visconti makes breathtaking objects. Whether they become breathtaking writers is the expensive question. Number 2. Montegrappa. Montegrappa has something many luxury companies only imitate: real craftsmanship. The Italian company traces its roots to Bassano del Grappa and still produces elaborate writing instruments there. Its engravers can turn a pen into something closer to jewelry or sculpture. But extraordinary workmanship does not automatically create extraordinary value. Montegrappa increasingly lives somewhere between fountain pens, fine art, collectibles, and licensed memorabilia. Some models celebrate films, fictional characters, and cultural icons. Elaborate editions can cost thousands, not because they write thousands of dollars better, but because they are designed to be collected, displayed, and discussed. At that level, the nib can feel like an accessory attached to the artwork. The mistake is confusing collectible pricing with writing performance. A simpler Montegrappa Elmo can offer Italian character at a more sensible price. But the headline creations often solve a problem no writer has ever had. My pen works beautifully, but could it contain more dragons? WTL verdict: genuine Italian artistry, frequently buried beneath luxury theatre. And now we reach the brand that turned a small white emblem into one of the most expensive shapes in the business. Number 1. Montblanc. Montblanc is not number 1 because it makes bad fountain pens. That argument would be easy and wrong. Introduced in 1924, the Meisterstück is one of the great writing instrument designs. The current 149 combines a piston-filling system, an 18-karat gold nib, and the famous black cigar-shaped body. A good 149 can be a wonderful writer. It has presence, can be serviced, and has survived countless fashion cycles. But Montblanc does not merely sell a pen. It sells what happens when you remove it from your jacket: recognition, achievement, authority. The suggestion that whatever you are about to sign must be important. The gold nib is real. The engineering is real. The history is real. But so is the icon tax. Excellent gold nibs, piston fillers, and beautiful writing experiences exist for dramatically less money. What competitors cannot reproduce is the instant meaning of the white star. The product is not just the pen, it is the reaction. A Meisterstück may still be worth owning because it is the icon. But iconic does not automatically mean superior. It is not automatically the finest writer, the best made pen, or the smartest value. Buy one because you love the design, the history, and what it represents. Just do not buy one because the logo has convinced you every cheaper pen must be inferior. Montblanc sells an excellent fountain pen, then charges you again for everyone else recognizing it. Now let's meet 3 companies that put more effort into the writing than the owner's social rank. Number 3. Lamy. Lamy's greatest fountain pen does not scream luxury. That is exactly why it works. Founded in Heidelberg in 1930, Lamy became one of the clearest expressions of German industrial design in writing instruments. Introduced in 1966, the Lamy 2000 still looks modern today. Its original design was disciplined enough to avoid fashion. No oversized crest, no invented aristocratic mythology, no superhero limited edition. Instead, you get a piston filler, a hooded gold nib, balanced construction, and a form shaped by function. At the affordable end, the Safari offers replaceable nibs, durable construction, and one of the most recognizable designs in modern stationery. Not every Lamy nib is flawless, and the Safari's triangular grip divides opinion. But Lamy generally connects price to design, manufacturing, and usability, rather than manufactured prestige. Buy the Safari as the everyday tool. Buy the Lamy 2000 as the lifetime design object. Almost every dollar remains inside the pen. Number 2. Pelikan. Pelikan did not begin by selling status. It began with ink. In 1929, Pelikan introduced its first fountain pen and made the piston-filling mechanism central to its identity. That heritage is not merely printed on the box. You operate it. Turn the knob. Watch the ink enter. Remove or service the nib unit when needed. The modern Souverain family carries that mechanical continuity through models such as the M400, M600, and M800. Pelikan is not cheap. Special editions can carry aggressive premiums, and its broad, wet nibs may surprise writers used to finer Japanese lines. But the fundamental product remains honest. The M200 offers the classic mechanism at a more approachable price. The M600 may be the best balance of elegance, practicality, and substance. Pelikan does not merely preserve its history, it still puts that history inside the pen. Number 1. Pilot. Pilot wins because it does not demand that you become wealthy before it takes your handwriting seriously. The company began producing fountain pens in Japan in 1918 and built its reputation around nib making and precision rather than European luxury symbolism. Today, Pilot offers one of the strongest paths through the entire category. Start affordably and you can get a dependable, everyday writer. Move into the custom range and you gain access to carefully made gold nibs in multiple sizes and writing styles. Move higher and the custom 823 gives you a large capacity vacuum filling system, restrained design, and a gold nib capable of becoming a lifetime companion. At the top, Namiki adds traditional Japanese lacquer and decorative craftsmanship to pens that remain serious writing instruments underneath. That is the difference. Pilot does not add craftsmanship to justify luxury. The craftsmanship creates the luxury. A Pilot does not need everyone across the room to recognize it. Only the person holding it needs to feel the difference. Buy the Custom 74 as your first serious gold nib pen. Buy the Custom 823 when you want to stop looking. Pilot proves that prestige should be the result of quality, never a substitute for it. Conclusion: a fountain pen is one of the few possessions that can become more personal every day you use it. It records your decisions, your signatures, and sometimes the words you could not say aloud. Over time, the scratches and the ritual become yours. That deserves craftsmanship, but it does not require a status symbol. Cross sells ceremony. Parker sells memory. Visconti sells drama. Montegrappa sells spectacle. Montblanc sells recognition. Lamy sells design. Pelikan sells continuity. Pilot sells the writing experience itself. So buy the White Star because you love the White Star. There is nothing wrong with wanting an icon, but never let a logo convince you that price and quality are the same thing. Because the best fountain pen is not the one that impresses the room when you remove the cap. It is the one that makes you want to write something worth reading.